Okay, so 2026, who is ready to start this year off the best ever financially with clients, with students, with selling services, with selling products? Let's go. All right. The more you participate, the more you're going to get out of this. I am so freaking pumped. This is one of my favorite things that I do all year. Okay, brace yourselves because things are about to get real. Who wants to be booked and busy? To make 2026 their wealthiest year yet? Who's got a deeper why? And I gotta tell you guys that the more you put in, the more you're gonna get out. So unmute yourselves right now because I want to ask you, and just unmute yourself. It's gonna be chaotic, it's gonna be beautiful. What are some of the hardest things about running a business that clients tell me? Go, let's be chaotic.
Having time for everything.
Having time for everything. Anyone else?
Definitely having time.
Getting clients.
Getting clients.
Getting clients. Okay.
Learning how to market.
Learning how to market. Oh, I love the chaos.
Social media.
Social media.
Yeah, social media.
Fear? Anyone struggle with that? Rejection?
Not my own way.
Yep. We all need rejection therapy because that is what this business will reveal is how much rejection you can take on. What is your threshold for rejection? Is this resonating with you guys? Everything in the chat: time management, mindset and belief, staff, visibility, right? Yes. Okay. Now you can mute yourselves while I choke on my own spit. Well, this challenge is for you. This is for all of us. So what I have lined up for you, what we have lined up for you as a team, isn't just some fancy pep talk where you're going to feel really good. I actually can't stand events like that. No, what we're about to unravel is the real knots in your business. We are going to get you 20 new customers, full price, paying customers in the next 4 days. And I promise you, if everybody say if you do all the steps, everybody say all the steps.
All the steps.
All the steps. Exactly. You guys play so well. It will happen. If you do one of the steps, it's not going to happen. If you do half of the steps, it's not going to happen. But if you do all the steps, it's going to happen, and you'll be able to repeat that in your own business all year long. Let's go. So first things first, put your hand on your chest. I'm gonna need this too. Close your eyes. And if you're a faith-filled person, thank your creator. Take a deep breath. You feel that air in our lungs. Where did that come from? You feel that heartbeat. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I don't know what mine is. I don't know what my Apple Watch is going to say. It's probably going to be really high. Because you know what that is? That is purpose. That's purpose. That's not an accident. Where'd that air come from? You are amongst friends right now, amongst peers, right? And we all have the same fears. We do. You might be an online entrepreneur, might be a beauty business owner with a brick and mortar. You might be a trainer. And the weird thing is this: in beauty entrepreneurship and all entrepreneurship, a lot of times family doesn't understand you. They don't. The people that love us most, they try so hard, but they don't understand us. Not really. So we are going to dig deep and find out what's really been slowing you down. Figure out where your income potential is. That's always exciting. And we're going to identify what's in the way of us reaching that income potential, of you yourself reaching that income potential. Isn't that just identifying that valuable? If you stay till the end and just trust the process, you will have the tools to get to your goals. Because right now you're dealing with probably discounting your services as one of the main tools. Well, if I'm just the cheapest one, maybe they'll come. Well, listen, discounting your services is you're using it because it's probably the only tool that you have that you've been taught to have. So that's like digging a ditch in the backyard with a teaspoon or a plastic fork. You got to exchange it for a shovel. No Groupon, Krista, no Groupon. So are you pumped to flip the switch? Who has sporadic bookings? Who wants to take back-to-back bookings? Who wants to start off their year with that? Because we're all set to jump into the Booked and Busy Challenge. So let's keep things lively throughout this challenge. Let's get our adrenaline pumping. And most importantly, let's get you booked and busy. Your journey to a more vibrant, active business starts now. You ready? Okay, let's do this, team. Hey, stop for a second. Did you know that most people who watch the CEO Glow Show are not even subscribed? What? So if you are on a mission to level up your beauty business, your family life, your prayer life, hit that subscribe button now so we can stay in touch. Okay, so I am going to be your guide along with my team of 35 boss women. You should know a little bit about me and who I am. I've built 2 multi-million-dollar businesses in the beauty industry, 1 brick and mortar. By the way, it was a terrible location. It was in front of a Home Depot. It was next to Salsa and Beer, for those of you who know that North Hollywood area. And I just want to tell you that your location doesn't matter. Social media real estate is what got celebrities to come to my brow studio. Social media real estate matters more than actual real estate nowadays. And I know y'all can feel it. We had really low rent in this space. My dad owned the building. So I built that multi-7-figure beauty business doing brows and lashes and another completely online business. The pandemic-induced lockdown basically forced me into getting creative because my salon had to close and I had to do it for months. I'm in Los Angeles. And so our salons were closed for I think 4 months at first. And then they were open for 3 and then they shut it down for another 6 months. And I'm not one to passively wait things for change. I was just not that person. I wasn't going to rely on the government to change my life, right? I'm an immigrant. I don't know about anybody else. I grew up poor, people not handing me things. My parents had thick accents. And, they're entrepreneurs as well. I did not have the privilege of a college degree. I cannot rely on someone else, on America, to tell me I'm good enough because I knew I'd be waiting forever. So instead of waiting for permission, I decided to take the bull by the horns, addressing the financial challenges that I was facing head on, because I knew that this dream isn't just about me. That dream that you have right now to get booked and busy, I know that's not just about you. This is about our families. This is about your future. And for me, it was about my kids or my future kids that I didn't have at the time, which was such a big part of success. In many ways, I'm just like you. Many ways, I'm just like you. And the thing is, like I said, I don't have a college degree, but the irony is that now I employ several individuals who hold master's degrees while I myself have not pursued a traditional higher education, right? I don't think of myself as a quintessentially intellectual person, although I married that. I'm still grappling with deep insecurities about my body, believe it or not, and fitting in and, being an immigrant. Who arrived in the United States from the Philippines at the age of 8 years old. English is my second language. This place was just, I felt like I was on Mars when I first got here. And I am not who my husband wanted to bring home on paper. He comes from a family of Ivy League schools, master's degrees. And if you look at his 23andMe, it is just like vanilla as can be. There's a joke there, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because there's children in the room. My family, actually, when I first got here, We were in like a really bad part of LA. For those of you guys who like actually live in LA, you know that LA is kind of shady. You actually have to go out of LA for like the pretty things, for like richer neighborhoods. But we lived in LA, cramped in a 2-bedroom apartment with 10 people, watching my dad with a thick Filipino accent work relentlessly for eventually what would be our middle class lifestyle. He did it. And I think watching him do that taught me more than any piece of paper can and any school can. And that was my example, right? And that was the hustle. That was the hustle. That was my example. So, but that instilled in me a desire for wealth. I knew even then that being rich was about more than just money. Back then, wealth meant options. Wealth meant stability. Wealth meant security. My initial plan was to retire in my 30s, believing that Match.com would be my ticket to a comfortable life. I was like, I just want to look as hot as possible. And then maybe that'll be my retirement plan. No, I wanted to marry well. I wanted to marry a dollar sign. And I did date affluent men. And that taught me I wasn't actually attracted to just a wallet, which was a surprise to me at the time. I don't know about you guys. I was shocked because I fell in love with a school teacher who earns a decent living, but certainly wouldn't buy me a mansion in the hills or designer luxury goods. And this realization when I fell in love with my husband is what prompted me to take matters into my own hands, my own designer bag into my own hands, and generate my own wealth. Then PMU found me. It was like an eyebrow stamp that, that I rammed into. Stopped me in my tracks, redirected my path, and I established a multi-7-figure permanent makeup studio with a less than stellar neighborhood. And I did this within 3 years. Hollywood celebrities like Cindy Crawford, Megan Good, Simone Biles, Leanne V, Abigail Ratchford, a bunch of rappers' wives too, UFC fighters' wives, even themselves. NFL players they wanted their eyebrows done like men. They were pleading for appointments. And before I knew it, I expanded my staff to 15 artists, opened a second location in Beverly Hills, and my business began bringing in millions annually. And just think, before that, I was a server at Dylan's Irish Pub, selling avocado fries and beer while dressed in a schoolgirl outfit. It was fun. Yeah, kind of. But anyway, I'm telling you that because I'm living proof that it's possible to ascend from being a Hooters girl, humble beginnings, to staggering wealth. But I managed to earn an astounding income in the permanent makeup and lash industry, which many people didn't think was possible. Just when I thought that, okay, well, this might be luck. How come even my trainers, the trainers I had that taught me this skill, were still struggling to make 6 figures? And they'd been doing this for 30 years. Why? Let me tell you, it's not rocket science. I'm just willing to look dumber than you. I'm just willing to embarrass myself a little bit more than you guys. I'm willing to fall flat on my face publicly more than most of them. I have been through it all so that you don't have to. There's no such thing as a shortcut, but being here, doing this fully, listening to someone who's done it before. And by the way, you're not just going to hear from me. You're going to hear from other people who have done it too. That's the closest thing to a shortcut. So take my wisdom without the scars. If a shortcut existed that would get you to experience the reality of your dreams in the next 4 months, would you take it? Yes. So Bo is on this call. He's my 11-year-old. He's obsessed with Titanic. So here's a true story that many of you may not know. Did you know that people were busy rearranging the deck chairs? Yes, that's right. Instead of focusing, getting on lifeboats, they were busy adjusting chairs on a sinking ship. It sounds ridiculous, but that is what they did. And you know what? That's what I see too. That's what you guys are doing in your beauty business. Inventory, focusing on trivial things, the deck chairs, while their business, the Titanic, is heading towards an iceberg. Imagine if the Titanic had more lifeboats and someone to point out, maybe, hey, folks, maybe we should stop worrying about these chairs and focus on not freezing in the Atlantic. That's where I come in as your business coach. I am here to be that voice of reason, the one who tells you to stop fussing over the color of your logo, or yes, go ahead and post that reel, even if it isn't perfect, or your business model, because your business model is as leaky as the Titanic itself. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a well-arranged deck. I love it when inventory looks neat. But the truth is, just like on the Titanic, sometimes it's hard to see what's important. You might think, well, if I just arrange these chairs perfectly, everything will be fine. But that's where you need someone to guide you to get on a freaking life raft, okay? Because that's what you need to show you what you're busy with, what's the busy work, while your competitors are building better boats. I'm not here to rearrange your deck chairs and tell you you can swim by yourself without any help. I'm here to help you find those lifeboats, to show you what really matters. And what matters is sales. What matters is sales. We have a little tradition here at PRB, and we are all going to toast to cash flow. 1, 2, 3.
Cash
flow.
So I want you to picture this. 20 new clients in the next 4 days. Doesn't that sound thrilling? 20 closes.
Yes.
Well, that is
Yes.
our mission if you choose to fully embrace this challenge. Your future self is asking you to trust the process. Trust the process. It's crucial. Okay, remember, you made a commitment to this challenge, and I believe in your dedication. Are you going to abandon ship halfway? Are you going to abandon ship after today? You're coming back for day 2, day 3, and day 4. I am coming for the next 4 days, come what may. I love that. All right, let's get on with it. Okay, so there's a couple different ways to work with us. Now, I just want to get this out of the way now. You ever come to one of these things and you know there's going to be a pitch at the end? All the time, right? So I'm just going to get it out of the way now so you know what's going on. So the best and most elite way to work with us is going to cost, and everyone just wants the cost, $19,000 paid in full. But if you want to finance, it's $25.5K. What that comes with is a visual identity. We will redo your branding. We will create a 2-page sales funnel for you, a lead generator, a 30-day email nurture sequence. We will do a content strategy for you for the next 90 days, CRM access with 1 setup automation onto Belevate, which is our CRM, which you'll learn about, 4 months of one-on-one coaching, 4 months of ad management, and 12 months of group coaching. And the total package price of that is going to be $25.5 finance or $19K paid in full. This is the highest, most elite way to work with us. This is the ultimate solution. This package I can guarantee. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to learning. But before we get to that, I want to introduce to you a couple of people like Gracie, who tripled her sales and her whole yearly income in 6 months. You guys, a lot of people think like, well, Sheila, the only reason why this works for you is because you're you. Mm-hmm. And throughout this challenge, thank you for being honest. Throughout this challenge, you're going to see examples of people who are everyday entrepreneurs. Listen to Gracie yourself.
So I was able to triple my sales and my whole yearly income with just joining in the 6 months that I was there. So, and that's so huge for me. It's not just tripled in my finance.
And I'm going to introduce you to Christine. Oh my gosh. She works 2 days a week. She's a single mom. Check out her story.
I've made almost $100,000. Within the 6 months that I started, between coaching, I've made over $15,000 just this month. And that's just from trainings. And I still have 10 more plus students within this month that I still am about to book. So I think that that's called winning.
And the thing is, a lot of people think $19,000 is really expensive, but would you trade that for $100,000 for the ability to make 7 figures a year, for the ability to make 10K even a month? That seems like a good deal, right? And so these are women who chose to invest in their businesses and have won.
Some of the results that PRB has helped grant me after taking all this like coaching and mentorship was taking charge of my business, understanding my numbers, pretty much doubling the income that I saw every month. And one of my favorites is honing in on my sales. PRB, I cannot thank enough for the sales advice from Danielle and my coach Jess and Sheila's awesome videos. They literally have helped me understand why we are what we do and how we're in the service of trust or having our clients trust us as artists. So I found PRB at LashCon 2023 and I was really fortunate to meet Danielle and Sheila. Once we met and we talked about my business, it was a really great connection for us to make. And once we figured out kind of the places where my business needed help and how they could help me fix those, it was an investment I'm really, really thankful for.
So if that is something you're interested in, go to sheilabella.com/apply. Go to sheilabella.com/apply. Okay. For the next 4 days, you have a mentor. Your mentor are Manu, Kimmy, Carolyn, Mylia, Taz, and Lauren. If you want the accompanying workbook that basically coincides with this challenge, you need to text the word workbook to 213-900-2128. Text the word workbook to 213-900-2128.
If you're a beauty professional and you want a real upgrade in 2026, listen up. If you've been grinding clients, content, trainings, but you still feel stuck or uninspired, it's probably because you're not in the right room. The Skin Games is going down in the Dallas area March 19th through 22nd, 2026 at the Renaissance Dallas Addison Hotel. And no, this isn't just skincare. It's a major Beauty Pro event with categories and education across aesthetics, waxing, lash and brow, and makeup. Plus demos, vendors, and networking with people who are serious about results. Go to theskingames.com to grab your pass. All right, back to the episode.
So introducing to you, the first thing are the 7-figure tools. I really believe that the reason why most entrepreneurs in general and business owners struggle isn't lack of talent, it's lack of skill stacking. So skill stacking is basically, if you've ever felt like, before I go into it, if you've ever felt like you're doing all the right things, but you're still struggling to get consistent, high-paying clients. You're not stuck because you're bad at your craft, but because you're missing the right business skills. So let me tell you the hard truth. Skill at only your craft is only about 10 to 20% of what makes you successful. The rest is about how well you market, sell, and run your business. And that's what we're showing you. Your income is directly tied to the number of skills that you've mastered. Think of every high-income entrepreneur that you admire. What do they have in common? They don't just rely on one skill. They stack multiple high-income skills together to create a powerful business. And might I add that high-income skills are not necessarily skills that we learn in school or cosmetology school or our trainings. We don't learn them in public school. We know that. The more valuable skills you have, the more money you make, period. So skill stacking is the secret to the success in any industry. Every business, no matter what, requires a specific stack of skills to be successful. Let's say you wanted to build a drop shipping company, a drop shipping business. You would have to learn product sourcing. You need to set up Shopify, customer service, copywriting. You need to learn how to run paid ads, funnels, email marketing. Let's say you wanted to be a real estate investor. You need to be able to find properties, negotiate, financing. The highest income skills there are sales, branding, and networking. In beauty entrepreneurship, you need technical skills like lashes, PMU, aesthetics, injectables, maybe creating a product, right? That's a blue ocean. High income skills, though, are marketing, social media, sales, branding, client retention, and systems. Every entrepreneurial venture is going to require for you to learn high income skills if you want high income. Success in the beauty industry isn't just about being the best artist. It's about being the best entrepreneur. Because if you only master the skill of your craft, you'll always be capped at how much you can earn. But if you learn how to market, sell, and systematize your business, that's when your income will skyrocket. So let's go through the 7 essential skills that separate struggling artists from 6- and 7-figure beauty entrepreneurs. Okay? Number 1 is technical expertise. You need to be great at your service, but that's just the starting point. Branding, your brand needs to stand out to attract premium clients. Marketing and content, social media, ads, and messaging that actually bring in bookings. You need to be good at sales and consultations. You need to learn how to close high-ticket clients confidently on packages. Client retention, right? The experience of it all, keeping clients coming back and referring others because they love you so much. Systems and automation is a super high income skill, like booking systems, follow-ups, AI, scaling without burnout. Mindset and leadership, thinking and acting like a CEO instead of an overworked artist. Most beauty professionals stop at just one of these skills. Usually it's the first one, it's the technical expertise. And they wonder why they're not getting ahead. The truth is, you need to build 7, all 7, for a high income business. So we're going to do a self-grading exercise right now. Where are you? Let's grade your current business skills so that you can see where you're at. So I want you to score yourself and be honest, okay? And we're going to share our findings in the chat and we're going to do this together. All right. Number 1, technical expertise. Give yourself a grade, A through F. A is mastered, B is decent, C is struggling, D barely know it, F is help. Okay, this is your technical expertise. What about branding and positioning? How would you grade your own branding? What about marketing and content? How are you at creating content? How are you at marketing? What about sales, consultations? What about the client experience? Do you retain your clients? Systems and automation. Who's got a good system? Who's like, I should probably automate, but I'm not really there yet. Okay, last one. So important. Mindset and leadership. Be honest. Okay, well, now that you see where your gaps are, write them down. Now you can easily learn all of these skills without wasting years trying to figure it out on your own because you know what to focus on in this challenge. It's really important. And I promise you that if you take action today, your life will change. Now, if you stay stuck, your life won't change. If you take action today, what will happen? You'll gain high income skills. You're going to start attracting high paying clients. You're going to learn how to market and sell properly finally. Get clarity, strategy, get live coaching, expert mentorship. Really take advantage of these 4 days. You can start growing your income right now. But if you don't do anything, don't change anything, don't change your patterns, you cannot expect a different result. If you stay stuck, you're going to keep guessing and struggling. You're going to keep discounting and chasing clients, keep relying on word of mouth, hoping for bookings, feeling lost and overwhelmed. And you guys, stop asking your friends and family for business advice. Stop asking your husbands if they have never built a 7-figure beauty business. What are you doing? What? Your mom, your sister, your cleaning lady. If you keep doing that, you will stay in the same place another 6 months, another year. And every month you delay learning these skills is another month you're leaving money on the table. So let's be real here. Raise your hand if you've ever felt overwhelmed by social media. like you're posting, nothing is converting. This is what random posting feels like. Yes, all the time. Who feels like this is how they're running their business in general? The graphic on the left. You haven't made money, the money you're trying to make. So I want to introduce you to a strategic funnel. This is on the right. A strategic funnel. Let me explain how much better and richer your life could be with a strategic funnel. Okay. This is an automated sales funnel. This is a simple system that moves someone from just discovering you to trusting and booking with you. There are 4 key stages. So there are 2 main types of sales funnels, and they both start with content. Everyone knows what content is. There's organic content and there's paid content. Organic content is you posting on the internet for free. That's what organic content is. Posting on the internet for free. You guys all have access to this. Paid content is an ad, an advertisement. You can pay to get that piece of content seen by more people. That's the only way to get discovered nowadays, is through content. If you have a brick and mortar that you thought were going to have walk-ins, who is realizing now that it does not work that way? 2 types of content. Organic. Who knows what organic is? You following? Paid content. Ads. You could technically take that piece of content and pay to have it be seen by more people. Ads can be very expensive, but they can also be very fruitful. Now, here's the thing. Content. Typically, what you guys say is book now. It'll never work. Hardly, right? Who here has seen one piece of content and paid for something very expensive, let alone allowed somebody to stab them in the face or have some sort of, I don't know, I feel like we all sort of stab someone in the face with everything we do. With lashes, you got like a sharp tweezer next to that person's eye, right? You know, with PMU, with aesthetics, even hair. I mean, that's like hot tools and chemicals. You're not just going to see one piece of content and then buy something really expensive. Yes, you have to get them to trust you. So content, listen to me, should lead to a lead generator, some sort of something for free. If you're a permanent makeup artist, it could be PMU brow styles for your face. If you are a hairstylist, it could be a color guide, hair color guide for your skin. If you are a trainer, it could be income potential. It should be just kind of like a taste. Consultation is not necessarily a freebie. Because if they're consulting with you, they probably already trust you to some degree to even have a conversation with you. So a freebie is like a guide, a quiz, an ebook, a free training, because the more someone watches you, the more they trust you. Now that freebie should lead to an email nurture sequence. Once they go to your landing page, opt in. You guys have seen this on ManyChat, I'm sure. You've seen this on social media. You probably got here because of my funnel. Did you comment booked? Right? You commented something and then there was an automated, let me DM it to you. That's automated. Then you start getting emails, start getting to know the person. What is this about? Into a conversation, into a call or consult, and that is how people buy. That is how people buy. Very rarely do they buy with just a piece of content and then calling you up. So here's the thing. When you say things like book now, it's like, imagine a guy proposing on the first date. That's what it feels like when a post says book now. That's salesy content. And the crazy part to me is you guys don't want to be salesy. You're so afraid to be salesy, but that's exactly what you're doing. So here is, it feels like when your social media just says book now, It's too soon. It turns people off. So this approach is like a pushy salesperson. It doesn't build trust. A good example of a piece of content might say something like, did you know that the wrong lash style can make your eyes look smaller? Oh, really? That's value. So instead of hard selling, we need to nurture potential clients first. And that's when the 30-day email nurture sequence comes in. Once they download your guide, perhaps you give them, you have to email them. They have your guide now, right? They have your guide, the thing that you're giving away for free. The days 1 and 2 is going to be, here is your guide. Here's what you asked me to email you. Here it is. And then you tell them your story in the second email. Here's my personal story. Here's my journey. How I went from, if you're an esthetician, maybe like acne-ridden skin to clear skin. Education and value, days 3 to 5. 3 myths about the beauty service that are holding you back. Day 4, the before and after showcase, right? Days 9 through 15, it could be the subtle soft sell. Are you making these beauty mistakes? Day 6, testimonials, social proof, so they know that you not only have done it for yourself, you've done it for other people. And then a final call to action on days 22 to 30. If I open your email now, I know you have emails from Lululemon, Nike, Crate and Barrel, et cetera, Fashion Nova, that's me. Right? Skims, that's me too. So you have to offer them a taste. So here's what makes a good freebie, a good lead generator. Number 1, it solves 10% of the problem. Number 2, it's quick to consume. And number 3, it should lead to a sale. Let me show you a good example and a bad example. Bad example is everything you need to know about skincare. That's too broad. Better example is 3 mistakes that are aging your skin faster. It's a better example. And once you have automation, like a call to action, want my free guide on skincare mistakes? Drop a heart and I'll DM you the link. Here's kind of what it looks like. Comment fast lash now and I'll send you the guide. Okay, here's another one. Lash map. Then here's what happens. They get this DM automation triggered by that comment. And it sends them to the opt-in page. And there's an automation setup inside Belevate that does this for you. So here's a 5-step checklist. Pick your freebie, set up an opt-in form, automate your emails, create funnel driving content, and convert leads into paying clients. So let's recap. If you're actually going to take action into this, nurture before you sell, even if you don't have a funnel. We're going to discuss that later. Your freebie should be a slice of your service, and automation saves time and books clients. But I understand. I just needed to show you the high-end funnel that's available to you that you should eventually set up. Most of you don't have that yet. This funnel right here is what you all have access to today. This is what you're going to be using for the next 4 days. You have content. You don't have a freebie. You don't have automation. You don't have an email sequence, most of you. You have content, and your content, listen up, should result in conversations. Your content should lead to conversations. You're going to talk to people into a call or a consultation and into the sale. Write this down, screenshot this, stamp this in your memory forever, because this is your free funnel now, which, by the way, I built a 7-figure online business using this funnel. No lead generator. So if I can do it, you can get 20 new clients in the next 4 days. Got it? And I'm going to walk you through it. Now, let's fix that first choke point. What's the first choke point up here? It's content, right? Okay, Sheila, fine. I'll post, or I don't know what to post, but then how is that going to lead to a conversation? I wish all my posts would just result in people inquiring. Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Okay, we're going to do this together. You're going to have posting homework from me. The 7 types of content that turns any stranger into a paying client. Okay, so let me tell you a little story. When I was first back in the day, I was working at Jamba Juice. I was like, I was kind of in school, kind of not. No, I wasn't in school. Let's keep it real. I was working at Jamba Juice, and I remember like me and like those coworkers were like super tight. But one day there was a new hire. Forget her name. She was a redhead, but I remember she had really crooked eyeliner. I did brows, okay, and lashes. I'm a symmetry girl, and 20 years later, I'll never forget that. It's the weirdest thing you remember. And she was new, and I didn't like her yet. Yes, I don't like her. But I eventually ended up liking her. And I realized she used the same exact formula that I would teach you to use in real life, right? Online. So one day, this girl, let's focus on number one. She told me her story. Okay. She told me that she was in foster care. She told me that she lives with this family and her life wasn't perfect. Got me to trust her more. I'm saying you should tell your story over and over again in your content, even if they've heard it before. Why? Because that gets people to trust you. The mind is not a logic processor. We process stories. So if you want to shift your following into a community, story is key. Tell your story regularly. We've heard Oprah's story so many times, right? And we don't care. We love hearing her story. One day, the new girl at Jamba Juice taught me a blender trick. So funny. A blender trick. No, not my makeup, like a juice blender. She taught me a blender trick, and I was really grateful because the juice like came out a lot faster and a lot smoother. She educated me. I was like, oh, you're smart. Do the same thing. Educate your clients on social media. Number 3, demonstrate. Another day, one of my other coworkers said, hey, I just hung out with that new girl last night. She's really cool. You should get to know her. That was a testimonial, essentially. I was like, really? Okay. She kind of doesn't laugh much, but yeah, she's really cool. She let loose last night. I was like, okay, cool. Showcase testimonials. Now, that still wasn't enough. Still wasn't enough because this girl just talked about herself. She was teaching me things, but she never asked me questions. And then one day she said, hey, I'm going on a date tonight. Can you help me pick out an outfit? And she was showing me pictures. And I was like, oh, you care about my opinion? Okay. So I helped her. And this is the same thing. Survey your clients. Survey your followers. Ask them. Celebrity surveys are really fun. Do you like Anne Hathaway's brows like this or like this? Do you like her with this hair or that hair? What do you think she had done? What do you think Mandy Moore had done? Okay. So another thing about the new girl is that she always came to work like with a full face of makeup on, even though her eyeliner was crooked. And I was like, I don't know. There's something about that I can't trust, right? We women, we shapeshift. What's going on? One day she came into work and her mascara was running and she didn't have much makeup on and she had a really bad day. And she told me that she got in a fight with her boyfriend and she shared her as essentially her behind the scenes, her BTS. When you share your behind the scenes with your followers, it creates intimacy. Same thing. Next, I told you that girl didn't smile much. One day she made me laugh. She entertained me. And that made her likable. She made me laugh. She had a sense of humor. And it aligned with me. And then one day I was having a bad day. And she inspired me. Inspirational content. She told me words of encouragement. It shifts the relationship from customer to friend. Inspiring content. Now, even though these numbers are off, tell your story. Once you tell your story, once you educate, once you demonstrate, show testimonials, once you survey, once you share some behind the scenes, once you entertain, once you inspire, now that you've built trust, then and only then can you say buy now. Can you say book now? You have now earned the right to have some tension and ask for a transaction. You have earned that right now. But most of you are just offering. offering. And you guys are also doing demonstrate a lot. It's just a bunch of, you guys are look what I can do. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. And then buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now. Look at my stuff. Look at my stuff. Look what I can do. Buy now, buy now. Guys, that's so gross. Like, stop. Be a human being. Social media is evil enough. Like, let's make it human. Knowing that, okay? First of all, like I said, you have a free funnel right in front of you. So we're going to use these 7 pieces of content, whatever, 6, 7, right in front of you to create trust. Starting with the first thing, which is, what's the first thing here? Story. Yes. Oh my gosh, before I tell you what this is, because we're about to get to the homework, this is going to be, I'm not psychic, but I do have data. This is going to be the highest performing post with the highest engagement you will ever have on your feed. I promise you. You have to do it tonight. You have to do it tonight. I want to encourage you, and I've laid it out. I want to encourage you to tell your story. I'm going to help you do it step by step. Okay? I'm going to give you a template. It's going to be so easy. And then I am going to show you tomorrow and on Wednesday how to turn this post into cash. Who's down? Even before you know what it is. You're already down. You don't care. You just want to make 2026 your best year yet, right? You're down. Okay, good. Now that I have your commitment, pinky promise, signed, sealed, delivered, let me show you what that is. Your homework tonight, and you've been given a template. It's in the workbook, and I'll repeat that information in just a second. Pinky swear, love it. It's a carousel post. This is very revenue generating. This is called the 0 to hero post. Why does this work? It makes you relatable. People love to connect with real, raw stories, showing your struggles, that you're human. You're human, not just a success story. Robin says, trust, I know it from experience, make the post. I know. So your audience needs to see themselves in you. This is going to cover so many things in that list. It's also going to be inspiring. This builds credibility and trust. You're probably going to teach them something within this post as well, right? And it creates an emotional connection. People remember how you make them feel more than any product or service you sell. This is going to trigger emotions like hope, determination, inspiration. And this is going to lead to more shares, more saves, and more likes in the comments. This is going to increase your engagement like never before. I promise you. Before and after transformations that are personal, they stop the scroll because they're visually powerful. This is going to position you as a leader. You go from just another entrepreneur to a guide, a mentor. People start seeing you as the expert who has all the answers. So when they're ready to take action, they will come to you. Okay? So here's how it works. You are going to choose 3 photos from your phone. Okay? 1 from the past, your beginning. Number 2, your hustle, and your success. Let me explain. Number 1, I posted this. It was a hit. What if I told you this girl would build 2 multi-7-figure businesses? That was me. True story. I was at the Playboy Mansion. It was 2000, forgotten. I don't even know. 2009. Oh, it says it right there. I had 0 connections, 0 experience, and 0 idea what I was doing. But I had one thing. I refused to quit. Fast forward to today. The girl in the first photo would be shocked at who I am today, and I'm just getting started. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to turn that post into cash. Now, you might be like, where do I get this template? Your template, it's a Canva template. Even show you right now. It's in the workbook. Text the word workbook to 213-900-2128. You don't have to use this template, but I've made it easy for you. Page 31 of the workbook. Text the word workbook to 213-900-2128. And also, you can copy this exactly. Just change it, customize it. What if I told you this girl would what? Start her own business one day? What if I told you this teenage mom would one day build her own beauty business? Put it in your feed. This is a carousel post. Put the year, and you can steal this ethically. Here, take it. I had zero connection, zero experience, zero idea what I was doing. But I had one thing. I refused to quit. Next, the girl in the first photo would be shocked at who I am today, and I'm just getting started. If ever, by the way, because you're going to see how effective this is, you need a social media wake up, do this again. I might do this tonight just to wake it up. And then tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to turn that post into cash. So, you guys watch Karate Kid, born in 1982, right? Now they've got Cobra Kai. Bo just did a movie with that guy's son. His name's Jesse Cove. So in Karate Kid, remember how he was asking Mr. Miyagi, like, when are you going to teach me karate, dude? Just like, when are you going to teach me karate? And then Mr. Miyagi was like, here's a paintbrush, here's a rag, and he was telling him to wax on and wax off, right? And then he was telling him to paint the fence, right? And then so when it was time to fight, Ralph Macchio realized that he had the muscle memory, and he was like, wax on, wax off. So hey, so what I'm trying to tell you right now is you need to trust me. Because right now, I'm telling you to paint that fence and wax that car. That's what I'm trying. And one day soon, in the next couple of days, you're going to see how it all makes sense. But I can't teach you everything right now. I need to work with something. I need you to post this tonight at the very latest in the morning. Got it?
Before you go, if you're ready to stop guessing and start getting booked consistently, I want you to grab the Booked and Busy Challenge replays. This is the exact training I use to help beauty pros create momentum fast. What to post, what to say in the DMs, and how to convert conversations into consults. And the best part? You can do it at your pace. Pause me, rewind me, implement one step at a time. Click on the link below to get the replays. And when you do, make a promise to yourself. Don't just consume, implement one action today. I'll see you inside.